Keep curious. JustProfessor here. Your beliefs are changing reality without you knowing it. Every time you expect something to happen, you make it happen, not through magic. Not through wishful thinking, but through something far more dangerous. Your brain is quietly shaping the results of everything you observe. And the worst part? You think you are being neutral. You think you are just watching. But you are not. You are creating the outcome while convincing yourself you had nothing to do with it. This is called the observer expectancy effect, and it is happening to you right now. Here is how it works. When you believe something will turn out a certain way, your mind begins to act on that belief. You do not notice it. It feels invisible, but your expectations leak into your behavior, into your body language, into the way you speak, into the tiny decisions you make without thinking. Scientists discovered this decades ago during experiments. They would tell researchers that certain lab rats were specially bred to be smarter. These rats were supposed to solve mazes faster, and guess what happened? They did. The rats performed better. But here is the problem. The rats were not special. They were completely normal rats, randomly chosen. Nothing different about them at all. So why did they perform better? Because the researchers expected them to. They handled those rats more gently. They gave them more time. They encouraged them without realizing it. Their belief that the rats were smarter actually made the rats smarter. The expectation created the result. This is not just about rats. This happens everywhere. In classrooms, in workplaces, in relationships, in your own life. When a teacher believes a student is gifted, that student performs better, not because they are actually gifted, but because the teacher treats them differently, calls on them more, gives better feedback, shows more patience. The belief becomes reality. And it works the opposite way too. If someone expects you to fail, you probably will. Not because you are a failure, but because their doubt affects how they interact with you. They give you less support, less attention, less trust, and you feel it, you sense it. And slowly you start to match their expectations. The scary part is that you do this to yourself. Think about the last time you tried something new. A job interview, a first date, a presentation. Did you walk in thinking you would succeed? Or did you already expect to mess up? If you expected to fail, your body showed it. Your voice probably sounded less confident. Your eye contact was weaker. You second-guessed yourself. You held back. And then when things did not go well, you told yourself you were right all along, but you were not predicting the future. You were creating it. This is why self-doubt is so dangerous. It is not just a feeling. It is a force that shapes what happens to you. When you believe you are not good enough, you behave like someone who is not good enough, and the world responds to that behavior. It gives you exactly what you expect. But it also works the other way. People who expect success do not just think positive thoughts. They act differently. They take more risks. They recover faster from mistakes. They keep going when others quit. Not because they are smarter or more talented, but because their expectations push them to behave in ways that make success more likely. The observer expectancy effect shows up in medicine too. Doctors who believe a treatment will work see better results in their patients. Not because the treatment is better, but because the doctor's confidence changes how they deliver care. They are more reassuring, more thorough, more engaged. And the patient picks up on that. The patient starts to believe in the treatment too, and belief affects healing. This is why placebo effects are so powerful. When you truly believe a pill will help you, your body responds. Your brain releases real chemicals. Your symptoms actually improve. The expectation of healing creates real healing. Your mind is not separate from your body. What you believe affects what you feel. Now think about how this plays out in your daily life. When you expect someone to be annoying, you notice every annoying thing they do. You ignore the good parts. You interact with them in a colder way, and they feel that coldness. So they act more defensive, more distant. And you think, see, I was right. They are annoying. But you help make them that way. When you expect a day to be bad, you notice everything that goes wrong. The traffic, the rude comment, the spilled coffee. You ignore the good moments because they do not fit your expectation, and by the end of the day, you feel justified. It was a bad day, but was it? Or did you just focus on the bad because that is what you expected to find? Your expectations are like a filter. They decide what you notice, what you ignore, how you interpret events, and how you respond. And all of that shapes what happens next. The most dangerous part is that this effect is invisible. You never see yourself doing it. You think you are just observing reality, just reacting to what is in front of you. But you are not. You are bending reality toward your expectations without realizing it. This means every time you expect something, you are not predicting the future. You are programming it. Your beliefs are not passive observations. They are active instructions. Instructions that your brain follows. Instructions that leak into your behavior. Instructions that change how people respond to you. Instructions that shape outcomes. You are not a neutral observer of your life. You are a participant. But most people use that tool against themselves. So here's what you need to understand. The observer expectancy effect is real. It is happening right now. In everything you do, every belief you hold is quietly shaping reality. Your expectations about yourself, about others, about situations, they are not just thoughts, they are forces. If you expect people to let you down, they will. If you expect things to go wrong, they probably will. Not because the universe is against you, but because your expectations guide your actions. And your actions create your results. But the same is true in reverse. Expect better. Not in a fake positive thinking way, but in a real way. Treat yourself like someone who can succeed. Act like someone who deserves respect. Approach situations like they might actually work out. And watch how reality starts to shift. Your expectations are not predictions. They are decisions. Decisions about what kind of world you are going to create for yourself. Choose them carefully. Subscribe if you want to understand how your mind is shaping your reality.